weather. Here is Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
All right, Concho Valley. We've been talking a lot about this cold weather making its way in. Now, the cloud cover this morning, a good idea of how cold the air is with some of that more moist air making its way in from the south. Another beautiful sunset, but we'll see how quickly we cool off watching that cloud cover push back in. Get a good look at the temperatures over the last 24 hours. All the way down below freezing. Made a good 30-degree run up into those 60s, and then we're going to drop right back down into those 40s with some of that strong southerly wind. Now, that's going to be some strong prefrontal warming to push us into the 70s tomorrow, but by tomorrow night, we are on the cool down. 61 in San Angelo. Everybody else in a combination of 70s and 60s across the entire area. Shades of blue earlier today. Right now, 65 in Robert Lee, 66 down there in Junction, 70 over in Sonora, looking like 9 degrees across the entire Concho Valley, unless you want to count Coleman. That's a good 11 degrees across the entire Concho Valley. Of course, we're inside that 10-degree range, but by this weekend, way down into those 20s. Now, the higher you are, the drier you are right now. Dew points are in those 30s all the way up into those 50s, all over the place right now. Humidity indices somewhere from those 60s and 70s all the way down into those 30s now. You see the array across the entire area. Low cloud cover starting to show up as some fog across some of those areas. When we look at the moisture tracker, keep your eye on the blue. This is going to push in by tomorrow. Going to see some dense cloud cover. It's going to fuel an ice storm moving across Kansas. Now, they're looking at a half an inch of ice as a result. Take a good look at this brown making its way down from Wisconsin. It's going to push cold air all the way into the Concho Valley by Monday, and we are going to stay that way for about a week. Upper level patterns are going to show you where that cold air is going to make its way in. Right now, somewhere around Wyoming. It's going to push all the way down to the Concho Valley as a cutoff low. Keep us cold into Monday, then right behind it, another cutoff low around the Four Corners, and that will continue to keep us in that cold pattern. Now, everybody knows, usually I try to say it, we are on the lookout for some snow here in the Concho Valley by Thursday. That's going to be the result right there over the Four Corners. Water vapor imagery right now showing you what will turn into an ice storm. Look how much of a hard time it is having getting over the Rocky Mountains. There's the cold, dry air sliding its way out of the Concho Valley. Looking out for some of that cloud cover tonight. Severe weather outlook really just on the west coast right now. And we take you down to the surface. Look at the size of this storm. Here's that cold air sliding in from the north, somewhere around the Dakotas. It will be negative 14 degrees tonight in North Dakota. Down here in the Concho Valley, 48 degrees, but you can still see some of those red flag warnings somewhere around New Mexico. Let's push you into the futurecast and get a good idea. We're going to keep our eyes on this cloud cover pushing in from the south by tonight. Now, as this storm makes its way down around the Rocky Mountains, there's our ice forming around Saturday afternoon. It stays that way for quite a while. It's pulling all that moisture up from the Concho Valley. Snow to the north, ice in the middle, severe weather all the way across the Gulf Coast region. Right behind it, this is an avenue of freezing cold air, if not below freezing, and then right behind it, that's the one I have my eye on for the potential for some snow. So tonight, we're focusing on the winds. Let's take a good look at it right now. It will push in from the north, or at least from the south. That's going to warm us up by tomorrow, somewhere around 70 degrees. Then it's going to snap out of the north by Sunday around lunchtime, and then it's going to get very cold very quick. So let's make sure we're ready now so that we are ready later. So tonight, down into the 40s, on the lookout for the cloud cover. Then tomorrow, strong winds out of the south. It will turn out of the north, up into those 70s. Cloud cover burns off, and then we're on the cool down. It will get very cold very fast. Take a good look. Saturday, all the way down into those 40s. By Sunday, only up a couple degrees into those 50s. Sunday night, 21 degrees. We're going to push it out through the second week of January, still staying in the 40s, still all the way down into those 20s. By Thursday, there's the snow we have our eyes on while we're still holding on to those freezing temperatures, and then we warm up only a little bit, but I think we're going to stay there for quite a while. Stay tuned on More of the Break. You're watching KSAN News at 5.
Get a Texas